So Dave is apparently in America, going to the grave site, going to see the Watts family. There are so many lies that are made up on YouTube these days that sometimes I don't know what is fact from fiction, because there is so much fiction on YouTube, and sometimes it gets out of hand, and I don't know what to believe. But I was listening to Miss Mensa, and I'm going to do a parody of Miss Mensa one day. Some of my subscribers have asked me to do a parody of Miss Mensa. She's somebody who is so easy to parody because she has deemed even Dave and his sidekick and many others not worthy of discussing true crime. They're not true crimers. They don't know this case. We're the only one who know this case. They're not true crimers. Christopher Wood's wife. Her friend Paula said that I said that she was jealous of Shanann. Never said that. Never said that ever. And I never said that I was a true crime channel either. And I'm not in competition with Miss Mensa, who's decades older than me and more than old enough to be my grandma. They also said that I was bosom buddies with a certain family. Never said that. Don't use the term bosom buddy. But Miss Mensa's nickname for me is bosom buddy. He goes back and forth with that bosom buddy. And I'm sorry, those private messages they were sending to each other, there's something up with that. I love how she says the word doctor. So I went to the doctor. Do you know what? I have Miss Mensa's address. I know where she lives. She lives out in the woods, man. She lives out in the sticks. God, I could never, ever live out in the woods like that. I mean, literally, she lives out in the woods. But, you know, I have to say that I have very fond memories of many travels that I've made to America. And I miss America, and I'm due a trip. And there's so many people that I would like to see. You know, I've been to Florida. I've been to every state on the East Coast, and I've been to many, you know, the Midwest and many other parts. I had a great time in Chicago. One very windy spring when I was a kid, we went to the beach. We went to the Chicago Zoo. I have family in Florida and been there many times, been to Disney World twice. I have fond memories of being at Universal Studios, and, you know, I have bad memories, though, of waiting for rides at Disney World in the sweltering heat, in heels. Yes, I'm stupid. I used to wear heels to Disney World. I would never, ever do that again. I would definitely wear flats. So that's my recommendation. If you ever go to Disney World and you're going to spend the whole day there like I did, I mean, we were at the resort, wear flat shoes because your feet are just going to be aching. I've got fond memories of being in New York. I've got family there too. Been in Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn so much. The ravishing arugula sauce with the salad and the garlic. I've got fond memories of being in New Jersey, the Jersey Shore. I've got fond memories of being in St. Louis, Missouri. I've just got fond memories of being in the USA, and I'm due a visit. So I've been to the Carolinas too. I've been to North Carolina and South Carolina. In actual fact, when I went to North Carolina and South Carolina, and I was basically a kid when I went, they were actually filming Dawson's Creek at that time. The time that I went there, they were actually filming Dawson's Creek. And I didn't even know about Dawson's Creek at the time. I became a fan of Dawson's Creek after it kind of went into syndication. And now, like, I watch Dawson's Creek constantly. Or at least, like, a few weeks will go by. If I don't watch it, I've got to put it on because I'm just obsessed with Dawson's Creek. So, you know, I love North Carolina, South Carolina. I've been to Virginia. And parts of Florida that I've been to are Miami, Jacksonville, and many, many other parts. Miami, Jacksonville, and Orlando, obviously, because I went to the I went to Disney World, and I've been to other parts, on the West Coast as well. And I'm really, really due a visit, and I'm kind of jealous that Dave's in America. Or is he in America? Dave has got a nickname for me, and he calls me the Busty Shiner. The Busty Shiner. Yep, here it is. Here it is. I've got the proof. That's what he calls me, the Busty Shiner. Trust him to use a word like that for me or for anybody. What we know of him, not surprising. So yeah, I listened to Miss Mensa discussing how Dave shouldn't go to the graves and how he should respect the families. And I thought it was very hypocritical of Miss Mensa, because she has no respect for the Ruzek family. I mean, none. She repeatedly, she repeatedly sounds off on, praises for the Watts family, and goes on and on about how perfect Cindy Watts is and how wonderful Cindy Watts is. And, Cindy Watts is a woman of strength and love. She never says that about Sandy. I mean, she literally devotes, she has a whole book devoted to Cindy Watts. She makes tributes to Cindy Watts, which I find quite strange, seeing as she supposedly has a mother, and she makes a Mother's Day tribute to Cindy Watts instead of her own mum. Weird. She never devotes any kind of tribute to Sandy, to Sandra Ruzek. Never. I've never seen it, never heard it. And constantly bashes Sandy's daughter, or Sandra's daughter. But she apparently is saying to Dave that he must respect both sides of the family and not go to the gravesite. I think the gravesite should be respected. I absolutely do. And I don't know what his agenda is, if he actually is there or is going there. Like I said, I don't know what the truth is. I don't know where the truth begins and the lies start, or the lies end and the truth start. I mean, there's so many lies that go around on YouTube that I just don't know what is fact from fiction anymore. But if he is going there, or if he is there, it's to produce content for his channel. He's not going to solve anything. The case is closed and solved. He's not going to be able to dig up anything. He's not going to be able to find anything new. He's not going to get anyone charged with any crime. There's nothing that he can do. He's not a detective. So if he does go there, I mean, the Watts, they tend to cling to people that either say Chris Watts is innocent, or say that he didn't act alone, and make him out to be somebody who didn't really do it and was kind of being led by other people. So I think the Watts should have learned their lesson by now, and should be very wary of people who claim to be genuine and want to help them, and who sing praise for them or support Chris Watts in any way. I think they need to be very, very wary and understand that the reality is he ain't getting out. He's not going to be released. If he does get out, it's on his own accord, and it's going to be by escape. But they need to understand the reality is he's never going to be released. There's nothing that they can do. No lawyers or attorneys going to help them. And no YouTuber is going to help them either. So they have a habit of clinging to people who support or seem to be a fan of Chris Watts or a fan of their son, and repeatedly claim that he's innocent or didn't act alone. And I think they should be very, very wary that people are out to use them for clout, for recognition, for validation, that they're going to be used and exploited. And if they think that anyone's going to help them get Chris Watts out of prison, it's just not going to happen. And certainly Dave is not going to get him out of prison. He's not going to solve this case because it's already solved. He's not going to get anyone arrested. So if he is in America, or if he is going to America, my hunch is that he's going there to get content for his channel, because he's never going to get this case reopened. Yeah, so when I found out that David nicknamed me the Busty Shiner and said that I should change my name to the Busty Shiner, and I know he was talking about me because they were talking about me under their nickname for me in chat. They don't mention the real name of the person they're talking about, and 60 to 70% of what Miss Mensa says on her channel is basically just gossiping about other people. She calls herself a real true crime channel, but most of the time, the vast majority of the time, she just talks about other people and how they're not up to her standards and how they're not as knowledgeable and as intelligent as she is. But yeah, so when I first saw that he called me that, I thought it was hilarious. And Dave has actually left a comment on my channel a few weeks ago. He was very respectful, and I replied to him. And he was very respectful. I can't say that he was rude to me or anything like that. So, you know, he's not blocked from my channel or anything. If he leaves a respectful comment, I'll keep it up. I might respond, I might not, but he's never actually been directly disrespectful to me on my channel. So yeah, Dave in America. Let's see if this all comes to fruition, or if this is, you know, if this is a hoax. Could be a hoax, or it could be real. You never know.